Hi, I'm Jurita, and today, and she is Finn, and she's very curious today of what I'm doing here. and I want to show you something that I have here in my backyard, and this is a glass heart that has been here um, since we moved like 5 years ago, and it's one of my favorite things, and it's something that I can see from some of the windows from my house, and I love it just because it reminds me something very special for me. And I was born in Oaxaca, Mexico, south of the country, and um, I was raised in that city, huge city, and well, like 3 million people. Um, and it's a valley. We have mountains around, and it's a very pretty city in Mexico. Um, and I moved after that, and I was living in Guadalajara, a huge city, and 11 million people city in Mexico. And well, 5 years ago, I moved to Bozeman, well, Three Forks, Montana, in the U.S. And one day, 5 years ago, um, when we just got this property, um, I was in the car with my husband, and I remember I was just watching through the window and seeing the beautiful mountains and all the scenery here. And suddenly, I remember in that moment something that happened when I was very little. Every time that in kindergarten or in any time in my life someone asked me to draw my house or the house that I was living in or the house that I wanted to live in, I always make this drawing about a house with many trees around, with a pond, and with mountains behind the house and a river. So that was something that I always draw. And even, when I was older, if for any reason I had to make a drawing of my house or the place that I wanted to live in, it was always the same kind of house and with the same elements. And I didn't grow up in a house like that. Um, it was a house with a garden and some plants around, but it wasn't like surrounded by trees, and we didn't have a pond, and the river wasn't close to my house either. So it was something that it was in my mind, somehow, and I keep it. And that day that I was driving with my husband, suddenly what I used to draw every time about the place that I live, it was the place that it was in front of me. The mountains, the river, a pond at the side of the house, and even the little bit of snow at the top of the mountains that I used to put somehow in my drawing. It was there. And what what did we know? What do we know about our future? What do we know about what we're creating every day about our future that we not acknowledge? What if, what do you know about your future right now that you're pretending not to know? And what if you already know what is going to be actualized in your future? for me, it was a very magic moment. And to know that now, I don't know how, I ended up in the place that I always knew it was a place for me to live. And I didn't remember that until that day. And after that, we traveled. We went to Mexico for vacations and visiting family. And I remember that I saw this heart, and I chose to have it here as a reminder that yeah, my heart is here. My heart has been here somehow. And what else is possible now? What else, and how yummier and more magical life can be.